This is the third and final video for my travel series to New York City, where I'm always trying to find the best aquarium content possible. Our first stop in New Jersey had some incredible monster fish and beautiful cichlids, and then our second stop was in Connecticut for an incredible fish room tour. Chris from the YouTube channel One More Fish showed us his massive DIY cichlid aquariums, and then he pointed us in the direction of our next stop, which was his go-to local fish store and even where he bought his awesome Fly River turtle. He said I'd be shocked by this store, and he was absolutely correct. This was an incredible warehouse and facility with the most tanks and fish I think I've ever seen in one spot. They had tanks and racks so high up you needed a ladder to see up there. The tanks were fully stocked with cichlids, rare fish, monster fish, and more. The store owner Craig showed us around and discussed more about this amazing shop. He even said we might be the first to ever post a video from here on social media, so I'm glad he made that exception for us. It was truly amazing to see in person, and I really appreciate Craig giving us a tour.
We have over 300 tanks in this building. You ever hear of a hoarder of aquarium stuff? You're going to see it live. We have about 40,000 gallons of fish in here.
Hey guys, we are here at our final stop in New York City. We're at Beital's, and this is one of the coolest aquarium warehouses and fish rooms I've ever seen. It is definitely the grand finale of the trip, so let's check it out.
These are giant Geothecus savini, which are beautiful.
Oh yeah, one of my absolute favorites.
Those are beautiful. There's two of them in here. So here's a little smaller one, okay, the fins over here.
And is this a Geo Pellegrini?
That's, yeah,
or,
not the best. Yeah. Another Geothecus savini. This is an African scat, but I'm going to take him out because I believe he's chasing others through the tank. Yeah. And you see the size of the Geothecus savini, those are even bigger. You'll see in here you've got your Royal Green Terror, you have your 4-bar gold datinoids.
The datinoids are incredible.
You'll see there's some different types of peacock bass that I raise from small to large because technically it's illegal to import peacock bass out of Colombia right now. Oh, so wow. Any stores that are doing it, it's not legal. You'll see if you come down this way, you've got, these are on wet dry fill. You got your Disticoda sex fasciatus right here. It's about 6-7 inches. You've got giant Royal Placos and your big gold severums and red spot gold severums. You have your redfin cactus placo, show size right here. Redfin cactus, and these are all on wet dry filter. Those are beautiful cats. Those are Royal Pimendellas. Yep. Okay.
How big are these tall tanks?
These 3 custom tanks we built to finish these end caps. They're about 150 gallons each, and they're all on wet dry filtering systems with UV sterilizers and everything.
Yeah, it's a really great way to...
So we can hold a lot more fish in these tanks. Because those 2 tanks, for instance, is a 125 and a 150 connected to a giant wet dry filter with a chiller and UV sterilizer. So technically those 2 tanks equal 275 gallons of water. These 2 tanks are connected together. These are peacock bass. Electric blue acaras came in this week a little rough, unfortunately. They came in out of Florida. You have your rainbow fish, different types of cats.
These tanks actually have like some sunlight coming in too.
Yeah, they do. So it creates a lot of algae, unfortunately. Here, this is the same custom tank end cap here. We sell all the fish out of it. You have your red ruby scats, giant clown loaches that came back from clients that all outgrew them. All different types of trout cichlids. Okay, big trout cichlids in here. Christii. And all based on a wet dry filter system, monos, and it's not brackish water. It's only alkaline. There's no extra salt in these waters. So the monos can go in regular water. And the clown loaches, we feed a lot of algae wafers.
Yeah.
And these are all based on the same wet dry filtering system.
Beautiful. So
that's the advantage. That's why I can have so many fish in a tank.
Cichlids everywhere.
Yeah, let me get the ladder out of the way.
Like huge severums and geos and
I have the albino geophagus, okay, which are beautiful. The redhead topos, your blue angels, okay, tarpons, okay, tarpons. You have, geophagus topos, red spot gold severums and red shoulder green severums.
I'm just amazed by like the quality's great, but also like the sizes. Like you just can't find big cichlids like this in this quality very often.
Giant Oscars. Very few customers. You only get people who have big tanks interested in a giant fish.
Yeah.
So my tanks can hold this fish, and we have a lot of large tanks. So all the big fish, like giant, big arowanas, Giardini, albino. There's a big albino arowana up top. I don't know if you saw that. It's a beautiful fish. They come from customers that outgrow their tanks. And like I said, the purpose of taking back all big fish is when they take one fish out, they can put 6 or 7 in. So it's to my advantage to do that. Most other stores, the tanks are way too small and they can't accommodate those big fish.
And it's a win-win because you're doing right by the fish.
I'm doing right by the fish, giving them a healthy environment. We have employees, 5 employees that take care of these tanks Monday through Friday, usually employees on Saturday and Sunday. And each system is 10,000 gallons. So there's one giant wet dry filter down below with a big 150 watt UV, 2 horsepower chiller, keeping the temperature at 78 degrees. So if you notice, all the clarity of water in each one of these big systems is the same. If you take a look behind you, there's no tank that's cloudy. Every single water is the same. Because let's say there's about 80, 90 tanks, it's all the same. The good part is you really don't get many sicknesses because you're dealing with 10,000 gallons of water. It's a much big volume of water to treat.
And you have the UV and all that.
I have a 150 watt UV down here, a 2 horsepower chiller up top, a giant 2 wet dry filters, okay, bioballs and filter pads. And we have a lot of crushed coral mixed in with our gravel, so we keep a pH of approximately 7.6 to 7.8 at all times.
Very nice.
We changed this tank about 2 months ago. This is a custom 10-foot tank. It's a custom 10-foot tank by us. It's 500 gallons, wet dry filtering system, UV sterilizer chiller. This used to be a saltwater tank. It's a room divider. We built it here. And the reason we converted it to the African cichlids, this looks 10 times better. All of these rocks are man-made by Real Reef Manufacturing, arches, which are beautiful. So all the natural algae they get on them, I'm leaving it, and I just put some plecos because it's natural. We do not sell any of the fish out of here at this point. I plan on breeding fish in here. So, you know, I'm waiting for other larger fish. You have in there your blue frontoses, your hap compressioseps, your blue dolphins, your trout cichlids in here, albino hap morii over there, the albino dolphins, okay? And, you know, I'm putting a few different fancy plecos in here. And I can tell you, this tank now gets more attention than it did for the last 5 to 10 years.
I love it. Get people back into African cichlids if they left.
Correct. And what I plan on doing is putting very high-end peacocks in here and stuff like that and letting them breed in here. And that will, a lot of people are converting the saltwater tanks to this. We have this rock for immediate sale. And each one of these are separate pieces. So that's 3 pieces. So they're all separate arches. They're not glued. They're just put together. There's nothing holding them there.
Yeah, it's really cool and unique tank. So how tall and long is this?
This tank is 10 feet long, 24 inches deep, 40 inches tall. Equals 500 gallons. It's a room divider. You see it on 2 rooms. You have what they call an informal side where you service the fish tank, and you have a formal side where it would be like a living room or a den.
And speaking of
it was three-quarter tempered glass when we built this tank.
And speaking of the servicing, you mentioned that's something you do with ponds as well. It's a big part of the business.
Our big part of our business is service of aquariums, installation, moving aquariums, repair of aquariums, and we install and service outdoor ponds in the tri-state area, as well as underwater lighting, building waterfalls, and everything else that goes with ponds, and repairing ponds.
So just anything related to fish, you got it.
We've been in business 35 years under the same company name.
Very cool. And then the other big display tank with the big stingrays, how big is that tank?
That's 750 gallon tank. Originally we used to have a giant pond up front where we had the nano tanks. The pond had sprung a leak, and we had 2 stingrays. We had 2 big fly river turtles in it. One of them Chris bought.
Yeah.
Okay, that was the fly river you saw up there. And because you can't put 2 fly rivers together, they will fight amongst themselves. And those are for just giant koi. Giant koi there's not really a big market for that anymore.
Okay.
The number 1 problem with the koi is the herringbird.
Oh yeah, you have herring around here too?
Big time.
There's some around the Chicago areas.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, they're the best fishermen there is.
Crazy how their instinct kicks in and they can just find your pond every year.
Yes. I want to show you something. All my koi are from Israel. Well, all my koi are from Israel. Okay, and you'll see some unbelievable koi up top. Okay, butterfly koi. Too bad you're in Chicago, but I'm saying. And all I cater to the beginning. You'll see these are Sabrina pikes, which are beautiful fish. Okay, you'll see your vampire tetras here.
Yeah. Monster sizes on some of these.
Albino stingrays, arowanas.
Beautiful albino arrow.
Caracats. Small Tigrinuses that I'm raising over here, which you have about 5 or 6 Tigrinus cats right here. Starting at 3-4 inches.
Wow, I haven't seen a Tigrinus that small.
Well,
and you have a big one in
the giant one over there. These I started at 3-4 inches. I think there's 5 or 6 pieces left in here. These are Tigrinuses.
Yeah.
From Peru. Albino arowana. If it's legal, we have it. Illegal, we don't. There's different stingrays.
Yeah, I saw how big the stingrays were.
All of these stingrays pretty much come from Thailand with a CITES permit. There's a giant Synodontis cat. It's one of the rarest cats in the world for a Synodontis.
Yeah. You have a lot of cichlids, so I love it.
Yeah. And we're a little low on Africans right now. You got your big red pikes. Usually you wouldn't put two together, but I'll tell you what, they show up the color phenomenal when you put two together.
And those are such a good size.
Yeah, they're about 10, 12 inches.
Rarely find that at any store.
Well, we have a lot of big tanks. Our average tanks here are about 60 gallons and bigger.
How many tanks do you think you have here?
We have over 300 tanks in this building. Okay. They're all an average of about 60 gallons each. The only small tanks we have are like 10 gallon and 15 gallons. For what I call nano fish. But all of the tanks, and then a lot of the tanks up top, we have big, aggressive, or nasty fish, I call them.
Yeah, how do you even get up to those top tanks?
We have a 6-foot ladder, and there's very few people that want the big, nasty fish because people have to tie up a whole tank for that.
For sure.
So most people, we don't want customers to have one fish in a tank. What we do here, different than any other store there is we take back almost every nasty fish there is, so that opens you up to all new fish.
Yep.
So we'll let people bring back almost anything they want, just so they can purchase other new ones.
Yeah.
So
you do a lot of trade-ins like that?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
And we'll take big giant paco, which nobody wants. We don't take big red-tailed cats. I don't have any more tanks for them anymore. What do you call it? You'll see
for like a big bruiser, like a jaguar or a red devil, if they're too aggressive, we'll take those.
We do to a degree only to sell more fish.
Yeah.
Because if someone has a red devil in a tank, you really can't purchase anything else because he'll kill everything you put in. Yeah. The red devil has to be the last fish to go inside of a fish tank. It's the same thing with I don't really carry red Texas or anything like that. I don't want the real super nasty fish. And to be honest with you, we're really not going to sell many more puffers any further here.
Yeah.
I decided against all the puffers. I had the Maboo puffers. I had the cross rivers. The problem is every time you turn around, all the other fish have no fins in the tank.
Yeah.
They need to be in a tank by themselves. These are avocado puffers, and they chew up every single fish's fins you put them with.
Yeah, it's tough. The big stingrays swimming around behind you.
Yeah. Those big stingrays came back from clients that we had for years, and the situation is that sometimes those stingrays there, we didn't buy them this big. Those came out of a customer's tank that had it for 10, 15 years.
Wow.
And they have to go in a giant fish tank. The same thing with the fly river turtle that's in there. That's a 750-gallon tank.
Jeez.
With refrigeration and everything else you can imagine.
Ton going on in such a big store here with the servicing business and the ponds, and it's just another big thing.
We get all these landscapers coming in now from us. We created a nice business with landscapers coming in, buying all parts they need for filtration and ponds, because every landscaper claims that they can do ponds and waterfalls. None of them know how to keep it clean. They can build a hole in the ground, put a rubber liner, but they don't know how to keep it clean. They don't know anything about filtration. So I have everything you can imagine in filtration. Then I'm going to take you, into the garages in a few minutes. You ever hear of a hoarder of aquarium stuff? You're going to see it live.
Oh, I'm very
You're going to see it live.
I'm very excited. I can't imagine anything more than what you already got in here. Can we go check it out?
Yeah, let's take a look at it. Let's take a look.
Wow.
Well, so let me tell you what's here. We have new and used in here. You're going to see new and used. This is a custom-built fish tank. Unfortunately, I made a wrong measurement, so now I'm ordering a cabinet. You'll see a lot of brand new cabinets in here by Aquarium Wood Products out of Florida. Builds very nice cabinets. These are some used corner tanks that were originally from China. This is all decorative coral that we bought way before COVID. Filter pads and everything from as well as fish tanks. And we have in here, we have tanks through 210 gallons for immediate sale. So we have every tank you can imagine for that are manufactured for immediate sale. So if a customer gets a leaking tank, they can call us and get a new tank that same day, where other stores do not have the space to hold that stuff.
So basically, if someone wanted a tank of any size, they could contact you. You could say if you have it used and in stock, or you could build it custom for them.
Custom, or we have it new. If someone today bought already a 90-gallon setup that's on display, that is pretty different, it's curved glass, and someone today already bought a 110-gallon tank that they're picking up tomorrow because they have a tank that's leaking. This is just one part of the garage. Take a walk to this part.
So part 2 of the additional warehouse here.
You have everywhere from the 84-gallon tank, which are not normally available. You have new and used. This is a brand new cabinet by Aquarium Wood Products, which is a beautiful cabinet. Okay, gray wash, top and bottom. You have in here 120-gallon tanks, 150-gallon tanks, 5 foot, 6 foot, brand new. And his cabinets, and it goes all the way to the back. We are the only manufacturer in New York State that builds custom glass aquariums. We sell to the public. We will sell to other stores at a discounted rate. This tank here is about 280 gallons. It will be salt water, and it will have wet dry system. So my overflow box is on the end that's not viewable. So it'll be viewed front, back, and one end. And this is going in Diamond District in Manhattan on 47th Street this coming week.
Whoa.
So it's a pretty impressive tank.
Yeah, definitely. I was just calculating the total gallons you must have in here. 300 times 50? Roughly?
I have more than, I have approximately in the whole building here, between everything we have and all the other, we have about 40,000 gallons of fish in here. 40,000 gallons of fish. We have an unbelievable amount of customers. Gotta realize this weekend weather is really nice right now, so most people are staying outdoors right now. They're not coming in here. If it was raining today, we'd be packed. Yeah. But it is what it is.
Yeah. Well,
and we import all our fish on Sundays. It's a zoo here on Sunday afternoons. It's a mess. We'll put away about 150, 200 African cichlids. We'll put away whether it's all kinds of different angelfish. We import everything. All our discus come from Vietnam. A lot of the Oscars from Singapore, Thailand, and Vietnam. Stingrays come with a CITES permit only from Thailand now. That's the only place we can get our stingrays from. And we're always here to teach, educate. We're always looking for new faces.
Yeah. So if any of you are ever in New Jersey, Connecticut, basically the entire Northeast, you should definitely come over because it was an incredible store.
Thank you. Thank you both for coming today.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it.
All right, guys, so that was an incredible fish store tour. I was blown away by everything in there, how big that facility is, and thanks again to them for being so accommodating to us. If you're ever in the area, definitely check out this store. Thanks again for watching.